Hello, my name is Nicole, and welcome to a realistic week in my life where I am working on my first romance novel while still working a 9-to-5 job. I am calling my novel Project 2A as a code name, and I have been working on it since November 2022. I started off this Monday by waking up a little bit later than I would have liked, but I still left some time to make myself a nice little breakfast, have a cup of matcha, and to sit down and review and do some edits to a chapter I've already written. This was a very uplifting chapter to read through over breakfast. Good morning. It is Monday, and I have just been taking some time to review a chapter I previously wrote. I made a few edits to it and kind of look at the next chapters ahead for what I'm reviewing. Although I realized that one chapter I recently added to my story that I think is really important to add is in the wrong point of view. I'm switching back and forth between two characters' point of view in this novel, and I wrote it from my female protagonist's perspective the first time around, and now I'm realizing in the sequence of events it really needs to be in my male protagonist's perspective. So I think I'm gonna have to do a whole rewrite on that, which is a little bit frustrating, but I think it'll be a lot better from his point of view. And also I need to really amp up the jealousy in this next chapter. He's supposed to be a little bit jealous that she's with someone else during this chapter. I really don't like jealousy, and I think this jealousy is misplaced in some way, but I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to find a way around it. I don't want him to be a toxic, jealous, bad guy, but I do want to convey that he wishes he could be with her and she's with someone else, unfortunately. But that'll be a challenge probably for tomorrow. For now, it's time for me to go off and get to work after I finish the last few sips. Good morning. Welcome to my car. I am just about to go and drive to work now. I'm feeling a little bit disappointed in myself. Actually, that's a lie. I am feeling just plain old disappointed in myself. It's only Tuesday, and I had planned for this week to be like a week where I could spend my free time in the mornings just writing, and I'm not being successful at it. And then this morning, I just got stuck in the trap of scrolling on my phone, which leaves me no time to actually sit down and write or do anything. But I guess that means I can try again tomorrow and squeeze something in. I know I could write in the evenings as well, but really I've been finding lately that in my evenings I just want to spend them focusing on relaxing after work, not working on any of my side projects or any of my videos. Just being able to spend that time with my husband or my family or my friends or whatever I plan to do that evening. Yesterday evening I went to go visit my family and we had dinner together. We caught up on the latest Last of Us episodes, and it was just really nice to spend that time with them, and I don't want to trade that for working on something. It's just a time management problem. That's my rant, so I figured I would sit here and talk with you for a little bit before going off to work. So let's get on with the workday. Morning, happy Wednesday. I actually woke up on time this morning. I woke up at 6:30 and it's such a beautiful morning this morning. I decided to go for a little walk, came back, made myself some nice breakfast, and now here I am starting work on the chapter I talked about on Monday. The rewrite of the chapter that I think I wrote from the wrong perspective. I also decided to go on the walk this morning because I find that when I go for walks or when I go to move my body, my mind instantly kind of just drifts off into something else, and it really helps me problem solve. So I decided to use my walking time to kind of try and help me problem solve how I can tackle this chapter and how I can tackle the rewrite from it. So I've been working on that a little bit this morning and then reviewing what I had originally wrote. And it's really interesting for me because switching to another character's point of view, it's like everything changes. So I'm actually enjoying it this way because I think by writing it from my male protagonist's point of view, it's hiding some details about some other characters I kind of want to keep in the dark for a little bit longer. And these details were revealed from the other character's point of view because of course she's experiencing something completely different than from what my male protagonist is. So it's a really interesting choice, but it's also kind of hard for me to switch to thinking about how he views the situation. By the way, I'm not drinking orange juice. This is like some ginger mixture I got at the grocery store. You're supposed to do it as like a shot, but I decided to dilute it in some warm water to just sip on it. And in terms of like my male character experiencing jealousy, I think the more that I thought about it, I know I said I didn't want to make him seem toxic, but in another way, I think struggling with jealousy sometimes is just a normal human thing. So I think that's kind of the angle I'm trying to take here, that he's kind of having an internal battle dealing with that jealousy. But again, still working on the chapter. It's not coming along as quickly as I think I would like it to. Like normally I can get kind of into a flow when writing and just like get all the words out at once, but I'm really trying to consider and nitpick the details I want to put in this chapter. But I think I really just need to just get it out and then edit it later, my typical strategy. So I'm gonna get back to writing that now. I still have a little bit before I have to head out for work, so I'm gonna write as much as I can. Okay, I have written a total of 770 words, so close to 800 words. I don't know, it's just not going the way I hoped it would. It's not going smoothly, and I was hoping this would be a fun chapter to write, but as I'm writing it, I'm kind of going, I don't want to. Sorry, I'm just laughing at myself because I sound like a big baby here. But it's true, I'm kind of like not sure how to approach this one because I'm having this conflict that's going on, but also there's supposed to be like a fun part to this chapter where we're getting to know kind of everyone despite this internal conflict that's happening, and it's supposed to be like a fun karaoke party night kind of thing going on. I think I'll eventually find my groove with it. I'm gonna come back to this again tomorrow. The chapter is definitely nowhere finished. I've just kind of written the introduction setup to it. We're kind of really getting into the action now. But I'm already feeling it's like one of those chapters that I'm gonna have to rewrite later. But anyways, I'm going to record what I did in Notion today and get to work. I'm also just going to down this because it's just very spicy, and although I've been sipping on it, I am not going to finish it at this rate before I leave for work. I'm gonna do that, head out the door. It'll be another work day, and I will see you again for some more writing very soon. Cheers! I just put my dinner in the oven, and while that cooks, I want to get something ready for a special drink to have during my morning writing session tomorrow. And that is making a strawberry sauce so I can have a strawberry matcha latte. Very fancy, I know, but actually this is my first time ever making it. There was this cafe that I used to love going to, and they made the best strawberry matcha latte. And I spent a while ordering their drinks, trying to figure out what their secret was. But there's just such a unique flavor to the drink that I just couldn't pinpoint until one day I found a piece of orange in their strawberry sauce. Because I can't go out and just buy myself one of their lattes, I'm gonna try and recreate the sauce myself. So I've got a whole bunch of frozen strawberries here and an orange, and I'm gonna go ahead and combine the two in a saucepan to make a sauce. So first I'm gonna let the strawberries cook down in a saucepan. I maybe have about 4 cups of strawberries in here. I just threw in the massive solid block of strawberries that I had in the bag, and then I zested my orange into it and added in the juice of the orange. And I'm just gonna let that cook down. I don't want to add any extra sugar to it because I can always add sugar to the drink later, but if you want to add sugar to the sauce, go ahead and do that. And once it's cooked down to the consistency I like to add in a little bit of vanilla extract, just give it a little bit of flavor, and that's just gonna sit in the fridge overnight until I'm ready to use it tomorrow. Good morning! It's time to put my strawberry matcha latte together. So first you're going to want to put some of the strawberry sauce into the bottom of the glass. Top it up with your milk of choice, leaving some room for the matcha to go in. You can add ice at this stage if you want. Go ahead and prepare your shot of matcha, and there you have it, a matcha latte. This is my first time making it, so I'm not a professional, but let's go ahead and give it a taste test before this writing session this morning. It looks like I'm enjoying it. I took a little break to make myself some breakfast and get dressed so I can just write and then head out the door for work. Realistically, I have left myself about 30 minutes to write, have my breakfast, enjoy my drink. But anyways, I'm going to be continuing to work on the chapter I was working on yesterday that I was really struggling with. Last night when I was driving home from work, my mind was kind of thinking about this chapter and how I could approach it, and I came up with the idea that I need to start the chapter in the middle of the chapter. I think that'll be a lot more fun, and I needed to remind myself that if I'm not having fun writing it, it's probably going to be no fun to read. And I think me trying to force this chapter to start just from the beginning to get into it isn't going to be fun. So I'm going to try and write this chapter from the perspective where my protagonist has already had a couple of drinks, and I'm hoping that'll make it a lot more fun for me to write. The writing is done for me this morning. I have written over 800 words, closer to 900, 860-ish words. I'm feeling really good. It's been really exciting writing it this way, and I feel like the pace of the chapter is just going so much faster. I think it was a great idea to rewrite it this way. It's just more fun for me writing it, and I hope it'll be more fun for people reading it eventually at some point. I didn't finish the chapter, but I'm already excited to dive back into it and finish it off. But of course, I have to head out the door for work now. As I mentioned before, this chapter involves some karaoke and some characters performing karaoke songs. So I wanted to ask you, if you do karaoke, is there any song you love to sing with? Especially if you have any suggestions for couple songs. I've only been to karaoke a few times myself, so I don't actually know what are the fun songs for people to sing, but I guess that'll be a little bit of research for me. I of course know what songs I like to sing in the car, but I think if I was forced to go and do a karaoke song, it would probably be to a Backstreet Boys song, because some of those songs are just ingrained in me from childhood, and I think I could sing them without being a little too nervous. Anyways, that's it for me this morning. I am going to save this, update my Notion on my progress for today, and get out the door to work. Good morning and happy Friday. This morning I still woke up at 6:30, but I spent a majority of that time trying to rush and add captions to my video that's going up this morning. That took up a good chunk of time, and now after getting ready, making my breakfast, getting ready for work, I only have about 30 minutes again to write this morning, but I'm still going to take advantage of that while I eat my breakfast and enjoy another strawberry tea latte. This morning I made myself one with hojicha instead of matcha, so it'll be a more roasty flavor today. But anyways, this is a realistic trying to write around my everyday life vlog, so it is very realistic. I can only squeeze in a couple minutes this morning. I am going to continue writing on the chapter I was working on yesterday morning. I had even more ideas come to me throughout my day yesterday, so I'm excited to try and incorporate those into the chapter. One thing that really came to mind was listening to music while at work, and a Carly Rae Jepsen song came on, and I was like, Call Me Maybe would be a perfect karaoke song to include in this scene, so I'm going to go ahead and throw that in now. But again, if you still have any suggestions for karaoke songs, I am more than happy to hear them. But enough talking. The more I talk, the less time I have to write, so I'm gonna go ahead and start writing right now. That's all for the writing this morning. I wrote about 900 words and I have pretty much wrapped up the chapter. I'm definitely going to have to go back and refine it a little bit more, but it's put me on a really exciting path. I have come up with another little short chapter I'm going to write after it, and then it's back onto what I've already written to go over that. But I'm hoping it'll just expand the world of my story a little bit more. So I'm feeling very optimistic this morning. What a great way to start Friday, but now it is time to head out the door and go to work and have a great day. So happy Friday and see you later. Good afternoon. It is definitely a cozy Saturday today, a day for me to stay in my pajamas. It is quite drizzly and cold out, and I don't have any plans until later this evening. I don't think much writing, if any writing, is going to happen today. I spent most of my day so far working on editing a video to go up for this next upcoming week, and then I may just get started on the one after that to get some things off my plate and to make more time for writing. Still, I wanted to check in with you because over lunch I am going to be quickly reviewing some chapters that I've already written. Tonight I am getting to do some research for my novel. One of my coworkers at work let me know about this free swing dance lesson that's happening tonight. So my husband and I are going to go. I mean, we're going to go for fun, but I'm also telling myself it's research for my novel because there are some swing dance lessons in them, and I feel very ambitious to have written about them without actually ever taking any swing dance. I did watch some videos on YouTube to get an idea, but I think having a first-hand experience in it will give me a better idea of maybe how I can describe things a little bit more, because I was having some struggles with the movements in general and if I was getting the pacing right. But yeah, so I think that'll be really fun tonight. I don't know if I'll be able to share any of that with you, but I will give you an update on how it goes. So I am just gonna quickly skim those chapters that have the swing dance moments in them, just to kind of see what I've already written, and then maybe I can keep them in my mind as I'm going through the dancing later tonight. And I just made myself a little charcuterie snack lunch to enjoy while I do that. It is almost time for us to head out to the swing dance lesson. This is another occasion where I don't know what to wear. From looking it up online, it basically says just wear something comfortable and that you can move in. I have put on this like summer dress. I don't know if it's appropriate for me to show up in full like athletic wear because there's supposed to be a social dance afterwards. I actually have on athletic tights that I like to wear for walking, and I'm just gonna wear a pair of sneakers and that'll be that. Back home after the dance class, I didn't end up recording any of it. It ended up being quite a big class. It was a lot of fun. I wasn't expecting to enjoy it so much, but really the hour just totally flew by. My name is Nicole, as you can see. I am still not a great dancer, but that class made it feel really approachable, and I think I got a lot of information I can include in my story. Actually doing the dance, even though it was a basic version and like having an instructor help you, was way different than just kind of watching dances on YouTube. I'm excited to implement some of that into the swing dance chapters that I have. And yeah, good research for a dance class. I'm sorry I can't show you any of it with all the people there. I didn't feel comfortable recording because we're all beginners, we're all trying to do our best, and just wanted to enjoy the moment, which I really did. And it was also a fun date night. I will check in with you again tomorrow, but until then, good night. Hello, good evening. I spent pretty much all day out with my friends today celebrating a friend's birthday. There will be no writing today. I'm sorry, but again, this is more of a realistic writing vlog because outside of NaNoWriMo or making big writing commitments, there's not going to be time to write every day, and I think it's really important to try to find balance, make sure you take breaks, and enjoy the time with the people that you love, and to also take care of yourself. So because I know it's Sunday evening, I just want to rest for tonight. Got some takeout, it'll be nice to relax. But something that is kind of reading related that I wanted to share that's very exciting but also a little embarrassing is that I finally have a library card again. When I talked to the person at the desk today, she was like, "Oh, Wow, your card actually expired in 2013. It really hasn't occurred to me that I haven't been at a library in a very long time. And then she told me that the last time I ever checked something out was in 2009. So I think during the whole time I was at university, I just used all the libraries on campus and never visited my city's libraries. And then since then, I just haven't been back to the library because I had no idea where my library card was. So I'm really excited to get a lot of use out of this card. I hope there's lots of books I can check out now. I think that's going to be all from me for this vlog for this week. I am aware that Camp NaNoWriMo is happening very soon in April, and I'm really considering doing it. Not to write another draft, but I've heard and like read through the emails that they send that you can use it to help you with your editing process. So instead of setting word count for writing, you can set word counts of words that you're going to edit, if that makes sense. So for example, my manuscript in its original state is about 50,000 words. So that could be my word limit. If I were to say I want to edit 50,000 words, that would be like editing my whole book. I don't know what kind of word count I would set or goal I would set for myself, but I do want to try and finish the second draft by the end of April. And I think Camp NaNoWriMo would be a great way to help me meet that goal. But also I'm wondering how realistic it is. I felt like I was very productive over this week, even though I really didn't do too much, but just interacting with my novel for a majority of the days this week already makes me feel like I'm ahead of the game. So yeah, I think if I were to do Camp NaNoWriMo, I would also vlog that too. But in terms of writing vlogs, I'm not sure if I want to dedicate all the vlogs just to writing content. I kind of want to try to do a mix of like showing more of my life outside of writing mixed in with writing, but I don't know how that'll go. Let me know if that is something that would interest you, to have more of a combination vlog than a dedicated vlog. I'm excited about the idea, but we'll see how it'll go. Thank you so much for watching this vlog. If you're interested in more, I also make other vlogs about my life, more writing vlogs, recipes, all kinds of things. So if that interests you, I encourage you to subscribe or to check out my other videos. Please leave me a like if you enjoyed watching today, and I will see you very soon. Thank you for spending some time with me.